Welcome to the Pokemon Mutated Kalos session 2.5. With me today we have Jason, the player of Rowyn, and
Yo.
as he was unable to join us for last session, I have operated and worked to make him a mini session to describe what was going inside his room ball while the others were exploring the Forest of Sorrow, as they have named it.
This Game Master here, Zero, he the real MVP.
Well, okay. So, to start off this session, Rowyn is inside of his room ball. Is your Togepi with you? They can be if you wish.
Sure, let's go with it.
Cool. You do remember you control the Togepi? But yes, describe what
Yeah.
your room ball looks like for me. What does it look like?
Hold on, I gotta think about this.
It's okay. It could be anything you look like. Your sister is able to program and have the room set up pretty much exactly how you want it.
I don't know, kind of just like it's just similar to the vault room,
So
so it's not honestly not much.
it's a plain old vault room.
This is,
Metallic gray, bed, wardrobe, nothing fancy.
feels closest to home.
Fair. So you've been in here for a while now. You just exited the vault and you were practically blinded by the sun. Bad enough that you needed to retreat into your room ball, actually. So your eyes are recovering and you're doing whatever you're doing with your Togepi.
Just hanging about, trying to adjust.
Yeah. Flashing lights in your eyes to get used to it. So yeah. Anything specific you're doing or just kind of like lounging?
Just lounging around.
Okay. Anything Togepi's doing? Or whatever you named them?
Casually forgets nature. I need to go to my Google Docs. Sorry.
It's cool. I mean, I was gonna go look at your sheet myself because I want to remember their name.
I don't think I named it.
You can't name it. I thought you named it. I think you forgot to name it, actually. You did forget to name it, so it's kind of just Togepi for now.
Honestly, I don't really like making nicknames for the Pokemon.
So your Pokemon is just Togepi?
Hmm.
You can call it whatever you want.
I know I do. I know I do. Alright, if I can edit it, I'll give it this name. Whatever. Kaz.
Kaz. Man.
Let's go
Nature.
with
Gentle. Did a gentle.
If it's a gentle nature, it's probably helping me adjust to the different light.
Yeah, it's just like stability morning sun.
Ha. That's just a healing, though.
Yeah, well, it could. Is it only healing itself? I think it is.
Yeah, it's only healing itself.
Okay. But yeah, your Togepi's just, lounging around with you, helping you adjust, getting you water or whatever you need. Because you probably have like a few stocked water bottles and stuff in here. Nothing too extraordinary, as it's not the most advanced room ball you've seen. Some of the bigger people in the vault have been able to get much, much bigger ones.
Oh, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, well, your sister's pretty much a prodigy when it comes to Pokeball technology, but she's still only like 14, 15-ish. So, not the absolute best. So as you're lounging around, could you roll me perception? And I believe for you it's a 2d6 plus 1.
Alright. Cache this with just tabs.
Perfectly fine.
Let me just double check the perception now.
It's 2d6 plus 1.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
It's cool. I might have used it to write my notes.
Alright. Something slash roll.
It's a hashtag 1d6 plus, or 2d6 plus 2. You can just do hashtags to simplify it. Jesus. Isn't it plus 1, not plus 2?
I did plus 2B for whatever fucking reason. I'm sorry.
Yeah, reroll that, please.
I swear I typed press plus 2. Plus 1, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, that's... Okay.
8.
You rolled a 6, so that's technically a 9, because every 6 is another plus 1.
Ooh.
Jeez, you rolled pretty crappy on this. Okay, so what was a 9?
Every number shit.
No, you get the medium scale. So as you're wandering around, and you will roleplay your Togepi. You can roll for your Togepi too, actually. Your Togepi is perception, I believe.
What perception is that?
Just a plain 2d6.
Maybe it's this.
Watch him roll higher than you.
Well, to be fair, I am blind.
Fair. Oh, come on! No sixes, though. Okay, I think your Togepi sees more than you do? Okay, so as you're looking around, you yourself, you start seeing these things written on the walls, like carved into the walls almost.
It's metal.
Yeah, if you read it, it says, like, they're ominous, like, he is watching, this is his game, he is coming soon. And,
I think Rowyn starts to get a bit nervous.
as you're starting to panic, your Togepi, which is doing whatever he's doing, is, like, looking around, like, he's not seeing these, like, only you're seeing them, but as he's looking around, he sees in a dog.
Growlithe, what? Where? Huh? Hello?
Sorry, I needed to mute to quiet my dog. Okay, so as the Togepi is like watching you panic and not seeing all this random stuff you keep like looking at the walls for, he looks in a mirror. Like, do you have a mirror in your room at all?
I mean, yeah, sure. How else
Yeah.
am I going to be able to dress or see?
Yeah. So as he's looking around, he just sees a pair of these like hexagonal looking eyes with a small black square staring at him. Just staring him dead in the eye. It's a almost bluish gray color. It's very hexagonal.
Togepi is just taking the time to process.
It continues staring at him as Rowyn continues to panic in the background.
Togepi proceeds to Kaz, actually. Yeah, he's calling by his real her name.
Kaz, yes.
Proceeds to walk over to Rowyn and gently tap him, just calm him down.
Just like tapping him on the back, like, it's okay.
Or more like tapping his face.
Just,
Cough.
it's like, wake up, wake up!
Yeah, just trying to get his attention to calm the fuck down. Calm him down.
Kaz is very gentle, but is panicking on the inside.
Yeah.
You can have them talk too. They can talk to each other.
Listen, Rowyn. I don't know what you're seeing. You may still be hallucinating from the sun, but we've mirror.
If Rowan looks over, there's nothing in the mirror except for the words, I see you.
He sees us, Kaz. What does that mean?
Okay, sorry. This is too good. Um, I assume Kaz's face palms, stub palms. I don't know.
Sure does. Um, I don't know what you're seeing. If you see nothing in the mirror, there's the eyes there. So he's if seeing us, huh? Please do elaborate, Rowyn. Don't forget your name there. Everywhere on the walls. Oh boy, I'm actually slamming the walls. I don't want to get yelled at. Just
Getting
he
it
sees us.
in front of the wall in front of you says, "I do see you. Good job."
Rowan just continues going on, pointing wherever there is the word he sees us in the room.
Generally, wherever he points, there's a word. At some point, you just seeing one of the words saying this. Pointing is rude, dude.
I'll point more. Points both fingers wherever.
At this point, the eyes that Kaz sees in the mirror look very like a mix of dumbfounded and what the fuck is going on here. They're still very hexagonal, but they're like, what is this human doing?
I'm alive. Hold on, that's something to myself. Kaz then proceeds to actually smack him, calm him down.
I'm not gonna make you roll for damage. You don't hurt him. Or yourself. I don't know what the words are.
It's an egg. I don't suppose. He doesn't suppose he would. Plus gentle. Um, Panicking is not the option here. That's not the option here. So,
The words on the wall say panicking is the option.
Rowyn whispers, I'm gonna fucking take care of ice walls. Or I should say that actually out loud so you can hear me. I'm not gonna take care of your fucking ice walls. But he says in a whispered voice.
I heard you the first time. The eyes are just kind of like the mirror that Cass sees, starting to look very done, and they like blink out of existence for a moment, and you hear a snap crackle as all the words slowly start vanishing, almost glitching out of existence. Your wall seems to buzz a little as a square starts being drawn on the wall, or a rectangle, about a little bit taller than you.
That's supposed to be a door. It's a door, says Kaz.
It is indeed a door. Your Tokafi is correct.
Rowan just looks at the door and inspects it.
As he goes to inspect it, there is a knob now. The knob is slowly pushing its way out of the door.
Question is, Kaz, do we decide to go through, or do we stay here where there's a blanket? He goes to his bed and hides underneath the blanket.
The knob is now fully out of the door and is waiting. The door is now there. It looks to be made out of mahogany. You don't know how, but it is.
But Rowan, you do realize your sister programmed. What if this is a prank from her sister? Wouldn't you want to prove her wrong, to ruin her prank?
You notice the
Go
door's
through
become
her.
made of rowan wood now.
Hilarious, Zero. Just go on through there. It will be fine. If as long as we're here together, this is inside your sister's programming. What's the worst that could happen? There was writing on the walls, says Rowyn. To Kaz. Kaz, there's writing on the walls, telling us still he's watching us. My sister is not a he. I'm very sure she's a she.
You see a writing on the wall. Well, technically I'm a they, but okay.
You said.
The writing.
Rowyn, stop a minute to think.
The writing was
Shit,
like the writing was mid-writing something and it stops.
You're right. Never mind. You didn't say he or whatever.
It's right. Technically I did say he, but I was being ominous. Can you just open my fucking door?
I don't even understand how Rowyn's seeing this through the blankets, but yeah. I'll play your game.
As he goes over to the door, it slams open, hitting him in the face. And he doesn't see it because he's behind the door. Or more properly, the door is becoming part of his face right now. There are fireworks and confetti, and Kaz is seeing all of this because he's still sitting on the bed. And out pops a small blue and pink square that rotates and it becomes it's a porygon, but its colors are switched around. So its pink is blue and its blue is pink. And as it finally unswirls and like transforms like a fucking transformer, a small pixely form appears on his head, and this weird hat, like a wizard's hat, appears on his head.
What was it? Kaz, still on the bed, who sees the Porygon, just slightly nods, understands. Makes more sense, why this Pokeball was being messed up. Sorry about my, trainer, Mrs. Porygon. Just gonna leave you at Porygon.
The Porygon nods its head. Now where is he? Looks around.
The door might have an answer to your question.
Oh! It knocks on the door and the door poofs away. Poof.
There's Rowyn, the bloody nose door.
Ah, there you are! I'm gonna call you Dan.
But my name is.
Hi, Dan!
Out of character here. I'm just gonna. God damn it, Zero.
Your Pipdex on your arm buzzes and a Pokedex entry appears. Or a Pipdex entry.
Hold on. Rowyn just checks instead of trying to explain himself. The pip deck just checks the pip deck.
It says Porygon with a question mark at the end, and its type says Fairy instead of normal. You?
I'm here. Don't worry. I just had to nothing. Well then. Might you be Porygon?
I am Porygon!
Just Porygon.
Yeah, Porygon. I have a wizard's hat.
This is still Cass talking, by the way. It's a calm. Rowyn's just too busy.
He's actually looking at Rowyn. It takes him a minute before, oh, it's not you, Dan, and he turns to Kaz. Hello there!
Yeah, sorry for. Yeah, voices get mixed up. So
I'm gonna say that was in character as well.
Whatever. Why are you here?
Well, I was traveling through cyberspace, or whatever cyber-ish space there is, and I came across this void in time and space, and everything else. So
I
I
see.
popped in to say hi. You can have a little fun.
Is that your definition of fun? Dan, or Rowyn, mumbles under his breath.
It is indeed, Dan! Would you like into my wizard hole? The door reappears and hits him in the face again. The door pushed, like, he phases through the door onto the other side. He Dan, or Rowyn does, I mean.
Still has his hand over his mouth. Stop, please.
Shall we? He moves aside, and there's actually a door entrance.
I guess we shall.
Come on,
So,
my eggy friend, and Dan, the wizard man! Ha ha! Rowan has a wizard's hat now. Here, pushes the door.
yeah. Togepi's just on the shoulder now of Rowyn.
I'm here now.
Yeah, Gaz.
And as you enter, you see this stone question mark room that has you see a bunch of things. Some of them look like they're from a Game Boy, like they're Game Boy style graphics. They're like pixels. Like there are a few things that are like glitching and like buzzing in and out of existence. You see if you
Uh,
like you think that's a potion from one of the original Elder Scrolls games. Like it just it's bad in here. Everything is glitched.
Rowyn just takes calms down after a bit of face slamminess. Luckily, didn't turn into handsome Squidward. And just knocks on the wall.
You don't you hear the sound of rubber. It does not feel like stone at all.
Quaint. Kaz speaks up. Quaint place.
Yes, yes, this is my wizard hole. He points to the ceiling. There's like a glitched up hole in the ceiling that's like buzzing. Don't go through the hole. You see, Porygon would be smiling, but Porygons can't actually smile, so.
Program him to.
It's like its tail is spinning. It's just generally doing Porygon things.
Emotionless, happy. Okay.
Yeah.
Wizard hole, you say, says Kaz.
Nod.
What do you do around here, then?
It pauses for a moment. His head starts spinning. It locks, facing backwards. I use this as my home as I travel through the remains of cyberspace. Space. Cyberspace.
Uh, Rowyn mumbles to Kaz. Doesn't look like he's in the best shape of ship, if I'd say so.
I am many shapes.
He can hear us whisper, can he?
This is my room. I hear all. Kind of.
Okay, out of character. Can I catch this one?
It is a fairy type.
Yeah, I know it's. I feel like.
There are two ways to catch Pokemon in this system. You can battle, or you can just try to convince them to come with you.
Let's go. I'm going to go with that second route.
GG.
Kaz, his mutters. I was going to say, fuck. That's not what Kaz says.
Kaz has a mouth on him.
I wonder why his trainer doesn't. Well, Tazza just says, why don't you show us around your quaint little wizard hole?
Okay, well this, he floats over to a potion rack, this is my vials of thingamajigs. I don't have a mouth, so I can't drink them. I leave them here for decoration.
They look nice.
They are very nice. I stole them. He floats over to a table. This is my wooden sitting object. He sits on the table. I use it for my wizard things. He kind of just sits there doing nothing. Wizard things over! He floats over to the pixel sink and then kind of sits in it. This is my water hole. I don't have water, so I kind of just call it that.
It's your hole inside a hole.
It is my hole inside the hole. Good job, Dan. Or Kaz, whichever one it was.
Kind of oblivious.
The smartest.
Yeah. Let's see here. So, is there any specific reason why you've brought us here? Says Kaz.
Oh, as I said, I have found you, and now you are in my home. The door slams shut. Welcome.
Rowyn's, if he has any hair, some of it it stands on his neck or whatever. You know, like goosebump thing.
Yep.
Kaz, he asks, do you get many visitors?
Not really. Most people I see in the world try to kill me or catch me. They're very mean.
I see.
They didn't really kill me. I usually kill them first.
Well, we have no intention of killing you, Mr. Porgon.
Yes, yes. I don't technically have a gender like you people. He turns into like the male, like he forms himself into the male gender sign, and then the female gender sign, and then just turns into a circle.
Circle. I see.
And then he reforms into himself. It makes the Autobot transformation sound the entire time. So, his head starts spinning again. So, how do you like my wizard hole?
It's a pretty nice wizard hole. Porygon.
Head nod.
Casually just trying to think of, why don't you tell us about yourself, Porygon? Why not?
Well,
You probably have to say.
His eyes close and he starts shaking a little bit. Well, he opens his eyes. I am a level 6 Porygon. I am best in special attack. I am not very fast and cannot jump very high or water at all, but I can levitate and I can travel through electronical devices.
Those all seem pretty useful skills.
I can see very well, I can focus very well, and I'm good with tech. Though not much with athletics. I am a fairy type due to a thing that happened while fighting a fair. Turns off for a second. He goes completely gray. Fireworks appear and he boots back up. And I'm a fairy type.
He's not in the best shape. Wouldn't be surprised. Rowyn just continues muttering.
I have the moves Fairy Wind, Sharpen, and Tackle. Woo.
I suppose he continues there. Sorry.
No, I just said woo.
Woo. I see, says Kaz. Just taking mental note of everything, trying to be the calm one here.
What is Rowyn doing?
No. Hold on, my brother's here.
Okay.
Goes to place with less people, with less internet.
Hmm. Okay.
Sorry. Rowyn, what's he doing? Oh, he's just kinda. Not really trying to glare, but trying to sort of is glaring. They're trapped inside their room with a Porygon, and his room's named the Wizard Hole.
And his name is now Dan.
He's giving himself names.
You still have that little wizard hat that he put on you too. Looks like a wizard hat from like Final Fantasy Dark Mage.
Great. So, Kaz speaks up. So, let's not really ask the same questions. Never mind. Small talk's not our strong suit. It doesn't seem.
Was that in or out of character?
Yes.
Porygon whizzes. Not really. You
Well,
see, and he grows double the size. I am not very small. And then he shrinks back down.
I see what you did there. That's out of character.
I'm having fun with him.
Yes, you are. I still want this Porygon now.
Let's wait till we meet Sierra. Porygons are actually about 2'7".
And this one. You got a hat on, so that makes him taller.
Yes, much taller. My tolerance like an inch.
Sorry, that was funny. Rowyn goes and puts Kaz down on the wizard table, and and then he himself, Rowyn, goes to look at the potions.
You see the potions are labeled with small little tags that say poison, acid, bubblegum cherry.
Mutters, "Oh, no fun potion."
You see a potion of pain.
I guess that works. I guess that counts.
Liquid pain.
Liquid pain. Let's see here. Bubblegum cherry. Can I open any of these up?
You can, but it's kind of odd as they're pixels.
So it's like holding a piece of paper and then.
Well, no, they're 3D. It's just like you're holding a square bottle. It's very hard to hold.
I lay it on the table so it's not, so I don't drop it. I picked up the bubblegum cherry one, whatever it was. Actually, okay, let's think this through. I take up whichever. I'll just take up the bubblegum cherry one, pick it up, and move it to the wizard table with a Kaz, and make sure not to drop it. And then I open up the cork and get a whiff and try to smell a whiff of the bubblegum cherry.
It smells like cherry and bubblegum. It's very pink.
So, Porygon.
Yes.
Dan or Rowyn speaks up. You said you've wanted to try these?
Well, I mean, it does have a mouth, and I can't exactly eat or drink, but yes, kind of.
Do you know Have you come up with any solutions as to help you out with that?
Not really. I generally just eat broken data bits. And by eat, I mean absorb.
Can those data bits just be anything, or there's specific data, ones and zeros?
Generally just specific ones and zeros.
Just whoever nods to himself. I forget, Sister's a techie. I'm a techie myself in a way.
Let's look at your tech education.
It's not as good, but
It's not bad. I mean, it's not Porygons.
yeah, definitely not. But it's our, he's trying to, he understands it from whatever he remembers from Sister going on and on about with tech stuff.
Yep. You're gonna try to roll, I assume.
Roll for what?
I don't know. It sounded like you were like, I have tech, right?
I was just saying, and I
No.
just in character. Oh, not in character, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. You,
Has
I think you might have seen that so far from because there might have been like 1 or 2 Porygons in the vault. None like this one, of course.
Yeah.
But Porygons are generally human-made and can be programmed. Your sister never made any, but you know that they generally eat like data bits and stuff. You didn't have any conflicts with them as you're a fairy type and they're generally normal types.
Kaz speaks up. Have you ever thought of leaving this place into the outside world?
Not really. Then again, no one has been able to processing.
Porygon.exe has crashed. I mean, what? No.
Porygon.exe is processing. Its eye, it's a the little like hourglass. Its eye has
Yeah.
become that, and it's just kind of turning.
Imagining like the old computer sounds, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
I can't make the noise.
Yeah,
that.
Its eye turns back to normal. None have been able to pacify me. I am powerful. I am a wizard. It flails its little like treads.
So you never, but didn't really exactly, Kaz didn't exactly answer my question. Would you ever like to go outside just for the fun to see what's out?
I mean, what is out there? What are you doing? I found you, but you've asked about me. Now I shall ask about you, Dan and Kaz. Dan and Kaz. I like the ring of it. Ha!
I don't understand. I don't think I mentioned Kaz's name, but yeah, I'm bravo. Kaz speaks up.
You were speaking it in your room. I was watching. That sounds creepy. Whatever.
Whatever. Well, what we were doing, not Mr. Porygon. My apologies, just Porygon. We were leaving our vault from our vault, which is our home, to go and explore a distress signal of another vault. This is Kaz speaking, by the way. We were on our way, but my trainer, you call him Dan.
Wizard Dan.
Kaz just smirks as Rowyn glares at to Kaz. He was fortunately not used to the sunlight, the blinding sunlight, because we vaults are underground. You see.
The Porygon gets close, really, really close to the Wizard Dan and looks at him. He is not a vampire. He's pale, though. Very pale. He also has a thing on his head. He touches his little Mudkip fin. What is this?
It's a fin.
You have a tail, too, don't you? Or do you have a tail?
I do have a tail.
He pokes your tail. You have a tail!
Yes, and hopefully it's the only thing tailing me.
The Porygon looks back. Where did my tail go? Oh, there it is. It's on his nose.
Why do I feel like I thought for a second he was gonna pull like a dog thing, chase the tail.
No, it's one of the two treads move up, grab it, and turn it back on, and then reattach it.
Rowyn just continues looking at the cherry bubblegum bottle. Wayne, if weighing the pros and cons of drinking it.
You also have things on your cheeks. Poke.
Yes, they're getting to cows. Yes, they're my fins because I'm a fish, part fish, mudkip.
You're a
Thing.
water type? I did not know humans could have types.
Not exactly water type, which is weirdly. Never really thought about it much, but I'm fairy type.
I mean, doesn't that mean you are generically water because you are part Porygon? I have heard of trainers who train specific types, but never a trainer who was a type.
I don't know myself. We were just sort of thrown. We were just grew up like this. We never really gave thought about the other worlds, actually.
The Porygon just kind of stares at you. I also heard from this one website from the pre-war about people who had types of other people. I never
Go
really understood it.
at all.
What is your type besides what? Porygon confuses itself. I am confused. Never mind.
Are you saying like type attractive?
That is the word. Rowan proceeds to shut up. I assume at least.
Rowyn, wait, what'd you say?
Rowan proceeds to be quiet about this subject.
Yeah, his face gets a little bit red, and then smacks himself in the cheek, and then shakes it off. And yes, let's not go on this subject, shall we?
Okay.
Zero's Donna's mind. What? Uh-huh. Let's go
Pretty
on.
lucky I can't read your mind. That was out of character.
Good, stay out. Sorry, invaded my Pokeball. Mine. Now character again. Anyways.
Kind of levitating around the room.
Gets his better judgment. Rowyn
We
takes a small sip of the tries to take a small sip of the bubblegum cherry.
It tastes like bubblegum.
And
And then
cherry.
it tastes like data. Data tastes weird. Like you feel a little bit of a little buzz. Like not like the alcoholic buzz. Just like
Just
an
like
actual buzz.
electricity.
Yes. It stings a little.
Rowyn takes a swig of it all. Not all of it, just like, good chug.
You were a little bit more electrocuted. Not painfully, but like you feel it go through your entire body. Roll for addiction. No.
Interesting flavor, I have to say.
It is indeed. I do not remember where I got it, but I have it anyway. A small stone falls to the ground and then turns into a candy pop and then disintegrates and then explodes. It all happens within seconds and nothing really occurs from it.
Mm-hmm. Casually. Where'd you go from this? This is out of character, by the way.
I know.
So, at any point can we leave to go back to our Pokeball with our friends?
Oh! I imagine my wizard hole is not as normal for you. But the door snaps open. We can go back, and he shoves the two back at the door into the Pokeball.
I didn't quite want to leave yet, but I was just wondering.
Oh, he shows you back in. The door snaps closed. I like to keep the door closed so nothing comes in and eats me. And all my guests, which are very few.
Well, we are honored to be your guest.
Yeah!
Well, other than wizard stuff, do you do anything here?
I live! Not really, it's kind of a boring existence. I used to travel out in the world, but with as dangerous as it has become now, it's generally too unsafe for me.
I would make a suggestion. Kaz just says, I would make a suggestion to help you out here, but I don't know if you would so much as agree with it. But would you like to hear it anyways?
Go ahead, my friend! Whee!
I know you're not so fond on this idea of being trainer, but say I have my trainer not capture you. We just go outside to the outside world for a bit. It's a lot more safer with the trainer and with the trainer and the hook one. He knows how to use.
A team, you say?
Yes.
Well, I seem to have fit your type. Not that type, I mean, the training type.
Rowan's like, if you want to join us, you can go ahead, but it's up to you.
Do you realize the Togepi is the brains of the operation?
Well, that was just Rowan speaking there. Oh, sorry, I should
I
have made
know.
that.
It's still kind of
But
funny.
you feel like provocateur guy, where there's like two. Sweet says there's two heads for a guy. He only
Jesus.
too much information there. I'm sorry.
La la la. Nothing.
You heard nothing.
Porygon is rejecting everything.
Cut this out, Zero.
Feature Zero, cut this out. I
Are
probably
you in class?
won't, but
I don't know. Yeah, no, the Togepi is mostly bleeding.
the Porygon like lands on your head and turns into a blue and pink wizard's hat with a wizard hat on top.
So I'm currently wearing a wizard hat. On top of that is the Porygon wizard hat, and on top of that is his wizard hat.
Yes.
That's awesome. So shall we go then? Question mark.
Yes. Open the door and it shall lead you home. As you open the door, you realize that is not your Pokeball. You see metal feathers on the floor and probably quickly retreat.
Takes a good look around the room and shuts the door.
Wrong! You're so close to another. I miscalculated. The door snaps open. Better!
Opens it up again, slowly there. This time.
It is your room this time.
Okay, opens it up and goes to the room. So you Kaz kind of just on the shoulder again of Rowyn. So you ready to stick outside to see the world again?
That will be acceptable. Now, Dan, the wizard man, are you worthy of the wizard? I don't have a name.
The wizard. Well, it depends. Does the wizard want me to be worthy of the wizard?
That is for us to see. And for you to prove, wizard man Dan.
Rowyn does whatever he does to get outside his Pokeball.
I don't know how this is going to end, so we got to see what happens in the next session with the actual people. That's
The
gonna
end
be
of that.
fun.
It's just gonna be 3 hats on top.
3 hats! Yes! Uh, not as creepy as the other people's sessions.
I had a fun session.
That was fun, yes. WIZZZARD! As the Pokeball opens and you are exited, you hear Porygon scream, "Exiting the wizard hole!"
Wizard. God.
Wizard done! Wizard man!
It's just Porygon yelling. You're gonna come into this session is starting with a wizard there.
Wizard done! Also, I should note the nature of this Pokemon is quirky.
Ah, makes sense.
It raises the special defense and lowers the special defense. It doesn't actually affect stats. It's funny though.
He's great.
He
It's
is
great.
the wizard! He doesn't have a name still.
Maybe one day we'll get to the name.
Yes, but yeah, your Pipdex has, this is slightly out of character, but it rings, and, new Pipdex entry added, Porygon, question mark. And you go up
It's all
and
the
stats and moves and everything. Pretty much, it has
So-
joined your team now.
yes.
First person to get a second Pokemon.
First person to get the second.
Yes. And with this, you also level from this session, even if it was pitifully small.
That's better than nothing.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
It's-
I wish you had gotten more into it, but
The Wizard Dan worked.
only so much you can do inside the hole.
Yeah. It's better when there's more than just if I had more scenes planned out, but there's little you can do with the vault room and the Wizard Dad. It still don't have a name for the Porygon, which I'm actually gonna leave that up to you. But yes, let's do the exit of this. Would you like to do the first or second part?
What do you mean?
This has been, well, generally what we do is this has been the name of the series, and then the second person does next time, and then in character generally.
After the next time part?
Okay. This has been Pokemon Fallout Mutated Kalos.
See you next time.
When Wizard Dan leaves the Wizard Pokeball.
And his friends see his magnificence hat. As in Rowyn.
Okay, I'm stop recording now.
Yep.